And you can unshut.
Do you want to do the intro now?
Yes, I always do the intro. Yes, that's the rules. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ringside Casual, your wrestling podcast run by noobs. I'm Josiah. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sal.
You did that out of order, but it's fine because
I'm last in this one because I'm first in the skate pod.
What? Oh,
no, you were the middle.
You were the middle last time.
You shall be the middle.
It's fine. It's confusing, kind of like these two episodes of Raw and SmackDown.
Intentional.
Which we will get into post-haste.
This is the Madison Square Garden duology.
Yes, the two-part Madison Square Garden where we relive the most classic moments in the history of wrestling at Madison Square Garden.
Do we?
Remember how last week we were like, man, they must be really desperate. I can't imagine why they're having such difficulty, booking Madison Square Garden. And then we watched the content, and I was like, oh, well, if I knew about this, I probably wouldn't have gone.
To be fair, Raw, as far as I'm aware, may be sold out. But I know for a fact they tarped up the top of the SmackDown ones. And I know for a fact SmackDown's ratings are like the lowest they've been in a very long time.
Really? I could have mixed it up because I swear they claimed on SmackDown it was sold out, but
they lied.
That was Raw.
They lied.
Which they've never done before, which is so out of character.
Yeah, no. Raw may have been, but that Madison Square Garden is their home turf, right? Like that's where you're guaranteed
that's
almost selling out. Yeah,
that's
their stomping grounds. If you look at it from a case of Extreme Rules.
This is becoming hell.
Yeah, in a cell. God damn it. Anyway.
Do you need some TLC for that? Are you okay?
Some TLC or THC?
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Yeah. I really, really do. Anyway. We talked last week how they were basically going, okay, for the Madison Square Garden duology, we're going to get Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hell yeah.
On Monday Night Raw. And then The Undertaker on SmackDown Live.
And they did that, technically.
And they did, but we'll get to that.
For at least 10 minutes each.
Stone Cold...
maybe total, but let's...
Yes.
No, hey, listen, the Sammy's bit and Undertaker bit is like 13 minutes.
We're not... No, it's not.
5.
I swear to God, that's a lie.
No, it's over 10 minutes. No, I swear to you.
No.
But warping back to the beginning,
Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we literally open with, the glass shattering, and the man himself comes out, and...
He just rambles.
That's not entirely fair. He clearly had not...
He reminisces.
He clearly had not rehearsed it.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm gonna go reminisce. He's like, it's been 20 damn years since I've been in the Garden. And he talks about how he fought Bret the Hitman Hart, and then...
The Undertaker, big sumbitch.
Big sumbitch hit me in the face with his boot.
Yeah.
And then I think he references, I forget the guy's name, but he's actually an AEW ref now. But he's like... Well, boy, you're in the Garden.
Oh yeah, when he talked about how he got actually knocked out.
Yes,
and
yeah. So I love Stone Cold, and
absolutely.
And I even though it was rambling, I did appreciate that it was I liked it more than the Raw reunion episode from a few weeks back. I thought it was better than that.
Yeah, I can agree
he
with
actually
that.
got to stun someone this time.
Yeah, that was good.
That was nice.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I'm just upset that we didn't see Bray Wyatt come out and attack him.
We'll talk about it.
Which is what should have happened.
Which is per their advertising, he did stand in for and mediate for the signing.
He was like a ring announcer.
Yeah. It's true about the signing bullshit is that
So you're already tired of it? I go back and forth on it.
It's fine if you just do a signing and we do a little promo and everybody kind of says their piece. It's like having the wrestlers come out and talk smack, but it's like a more official setting, quote unquote. It's just set dressing, but they have it prolong past one episode.
Yeah.
But see that at first I thought that was genius because it set up the fact that Stone Cold was going to get attacked, but he doesn't get attacked, so it's AJ tries to attack him, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's definitely... Isn't it funny how they have to unite, the Legion of Doom of, Dolph and then the OC and AJ, and it's all of us makes one Fiend.
Yeah.
Not even that,
Yeah.
But anyway, Austin comes out and he's like, the big sumbitch, Braun Strowman. And then Braun Strowman comes out, and then he wants to shake Austin's hand, and Austin just ignores it. And Braun's like, okay. And at first you think, like, maybe Austin's...
What's weird about that is, like, what is the trickery in Seth Rollins' favor that Stone Cold could have done? It's literally just, we both have agreed verbally that we're going to fight. Now we just need to sign it.
It's almost like they were looking for conflict, and they didn't have a natural way to incorporate it.
The Braun and Seth thing doesn't need any conflict. It's just, I respect you as a fighter. Let's fight.
And let's fight.
And let's just do that for every once in a while. Just have two dudes that are like, sure.
It's because I don't know why. I think
it's drama.
Well, yes, but it's like, I don't get, like, sometimes in wrestling, it's weird how sometimes they're fine with two people being like, you could equally support either one, but usually they'll go like, no, there has to be some kind of thing where the other person's like jealous or like concerned about a conflict of interest. And it's like, but there's not one.
No.
Like, you're
which is why they also throw in the OC to add conflict and
see, the thing I liked about this is that it just skipped the intro and made it a jump scare just immediately. They don't want, and I was like, that's good. That's not just draw it out because we all know who it is.
And but at the same time, it's like, they signed it. Okay, we're done. AJ, oh, this is bullshit. I said all this last week, but I'm gonna say it again. It doesn't make any sense. This match,
it's fun.
He did do. No, I'm quite liking Comedy Man AJ. Who's
it's fun.
Like, he's making fun of Austin and like,
hell yeah,
calling him an old man, saying like, stop saying what.
I do love when they start chanting that he's an asshole, and then Stone Cold is like, you got about 180,000 people here calling you an asshole. He's like, I know what they said.
And then I love how Seth Rollins is like, usually I hate when they're chanting what, but because you're here, I'm down for it.
It's true.
That's just
and it's great.
Yeah.
And AJ does the double flip.
Yeah.
Like he sells it to the max. It's the strongest thing there
almost
is.
as strong as overselling as The Rock. Almost.
Yeah. So
who would like balloon bounce like back into the air and like flip 5 times and like his eyes would go bug-eyed and he'd flail.
Yeah, so
the best stunner sells in history.
I really appreciate the stun sells. And then it cuts to commercial. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then once again,
you save up a stunner over like 10 years. It's just like the power
of he saved up
the potential energy of Stone Cold just got released explosively.
He was using One for All, and so he saved up that energy for 10 years, and then he unleashed it all. And so it took a lot for AJ Styles. Yeah, he fights Cedric Alexander, who's basically just Ricochet, but not Ricochet.
Yeah.
I mean, Cedric Alexander's impressive. Again, I totally want a superhero team of him, Ali, and Ricochet, and then call them the High Flyers.
Absolutely.
And they can just fuck everybody.
But once again, because they fought before, correct? Cedric and AJ, haven't they?
I
thought they did like last week.
They did
because out of nowhere, the OC's like, we're gonna attack.
That's
Cedric.
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because we're evil.
No provocation.
Yeah.
Again, it does feel like that was the sloppy way to go. Oh, see, now that's the feud. Forget about Ricochet. He's in King of the Ring.
And it's I won't forget, because this is how AJ got the title, how he turned heels because of Ricochet, and also like when AJ and Seth are having their dealio and the OC interfered, guess who came out first? Ricochet, and then Braun.
Yes.
And then we just forget about that Ricochet was there. And it's like, I remember, I watched this show.
Yeah, I watched this show.
And it looks to me whenever Ricochet does something cool, you stop him.
Yeah, which we will talk about. Because they definitely do that.
But once again, just like last week, Cedric does some cool high-flying shit. Looks like he's about to beat AJ, and then the OC interferes, and he does. And
then AJ wins, I believe. Yeah.
No, I think it's just disqualification.
Yeah, it's just disqualification.
Yeah, I tuned it out.
No title changes, so it's effectively the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we get...
Who wants to put a title on the line? Oh, wait, with the Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will have many a title swap.
I do feel like this episode is kind of like the Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then it's like, hey, aren't you excited for Avengers Infinity War?
It's like...
but it's Age of Ultron.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Anyway, so what was the next match?
The next match is Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Bayley and Sasha.
And so we get this bit where Becky Lynch and Charlotte are backstage, and Charlotte's putting on her outfit, and Becky Lynch is wrapping her hand, and then it's kind of like there's like Becky's glaring at her and Charlotte's kind of glaring back, and it's like, are you guys gonna like fuck already or what? Like,
it's kind of it's like a better version of when of like the second or third match that Seth and Braun did, where the announcers keep going, oh, they don't trust each other yet, and it's like, okay, I actually see that.
Yeah, it was actual acting and not just they don't trust each other. Like I think Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair have a good dynamic.
Oh yeah,
I think they're two of the best. I mean, no, they're the two best women in the division. Yeah. I would have to say.
Yeah, and then the match is kind of okay. I feel like Bayley sucks.
Yes.
And
well, I think Nathan commented to me. He was like, "Isn't it funny how like it's a great match unless Bayley's performing?"
Yeah,
like,
whenever she gets swapped in, it's really bad because I was watching and they like each of the three, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha, they all have like a pretty unique fighting style. They do something like very visually impressive and something that is actually a really good feat of athleticism. And then Bayley just shows up and it's like, go back to teaching Zumba, please.
Like her Bailey to belly, which I hate that name. She like Nathan was saying, like, yeah, and she can't lift Charlotte Flair, so she kind of tosses her to the side, and they're like, a suplex, Bailey to belly, and it's like, that's not no. She kind of just tossed her.
Why doesn't Bailey have like hugging gimmicks if she's a hugger?
But that's what Bailey to belly is.
It sucks.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that it technically
that's like
fits
one
her
attack
gimmick.
though.
You can't just have a milquetoast suplex and go, that's my special.
Well, no, she's terrible, but I'm like, make her use a full Nelson or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's why I know I'm jumping ahead to SmackDown, but it's why I love Chad Gable. Because like he does this thing where he just like repeative suplexes you so you're dead.
Yeah, that it's definitely like anime.
He's this, you know, quote unquote short man, but he's like stocky as fuck. She just picks you up and just suplexes you until just your head is caved in.
But you know,
and he just pins you.
I agree. Like this was probably one of my favorite matches of the night.
Until Bayley shows up.
But again, 75% being quality.
Yeah.
And then...
Because I have this problem where, like, Bayley's all, like, upset that, like, oh, people think the SmackDown Women's title means less than the Raw. And it's like... If they
were switched, it would be that the SmackDown had more weight than the Raw one. Yeah. It's just because Becky has it and you don't.
It all depends on the champion. Who was talking one of you about this?
I think
where I was like...
Because we were watching the episode
The belt doesn't matter.
No.
What matters is the champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, when Ricochet was the U.S. champion, I was like, fuck yeah. Look at how awesome the U.S. And then now it's heel AJ, and I'm like, yeah, who cares about that championship anymore?
Yeah.
Same thing with like the SmackDown men's champion, the Universal. I don't fucking care anymore.
Well, also it's weird.
Whatever one Kofi has, it sucks because it's Kofi.
It's the SmackDown. Yeah. So the Raw one is the Universal, and then the SmackDown is the World Heavyweight.
Okay.
I don't know why.
But then there's also the Intercontinental.
Yes, and the U.S.
God,
there's too many titles in WWE. I think we've agreed on this.
Yeah.
I need a storyline where someone gets like multiple and they just go, we'll just merge them just to, you know.
Yeah.
I want someone who like their whole gimmick is just for like a year. They just like try to get all the titles at once.
I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping was going to be Braun Strowman's thing.
And then they do like a tag team with like a woman, and they're able to get the women's title too.
Yeah.
It's technically by proxy.
Yeah, they pull in Extreme Rules.
We're in the same team now, so technically I also have the title.
Technically, we both own all the titles.
You can't tag me in because I can't fight women.
Yes, so you can't take the title.
And there's no other tag team match that's one guy, one girl. Yep. But we still got it.
Yeah. See, I love that gimmick.
So we get that match. What
next is Rey Mysterio, which Hulu cut, so I'm sure it was great.
It apparently
and Mysterio won.
He did. He actually won.
Well,
so we can't show it.
Yeah, we can't show it.
That doesn't support a narrative.
That goes against the narrative.
Yeah. Also, no appearance by Rey Mysterio's son because
good.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's good. I'm saying like if you introduce that arc, he has to like show up.
It's because no one wants to see two luchadors fight.
I mean, to be fair, I heard someone say that it was kind of like Rey Mysterio fighting Rey Mysterio, but slightly younger. And I'm like, well, that has its interest for me.
Yeah. I mean, I love Logan.
Every now and then you got to do a mirror match just to keep things fresh.
Yeah.
But, okay, so next we have the King of the Ring match. I don't even need notes for this. I remember it so vividly.
Yeah. So the King of the Ring match starts out great. Like in my opinion, Baron Corbin's actually like not shitty for once.
In the beginning.
he's actually like performing with them, and it's like, okay, like I don't. This. I mean,
for like a minute or two, and then he immediately jumps out of the ring and lets them fight.
Yeah. And that's better.
I mean, yes, I agree.
It's a better match.
But I mean, I'm not ever gonna say that he's better in any way than Samoa Joe and Ricochet, who are clearly the most. Because I mean, most of the interesting shit was them, and then there was the
obviously.
I will say there was one part that Baron Corbin was involved in that I really enjoyed, and that was the surprise jump face kick that Samoa Joe did to him.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could jump that high.
No,
that's horrific.
Samoa Joe is terrifying because he does that thing where he... what's a good example? He's like a Dark Souls boss because he walks slowly, and then he's the fastest thing you've ever seen, and you're like, how did you do that?
It's like when you walk into like Lord Gwyn's thing. Like,
he's just walking, and then just do leaps, and you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I thought you were old. So... Yeah, Samoa Joe gets the Coquita clutch on Baron, and I thought Baron was going to tap. And I was like, good. I'm fine with Joe progressing to become King Joe. And obviously, like, I want Ricochet, but King Joe is my second.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin being, why would that even be a possibility?
I mean, because
I would rather have Shelton Benjamin than fucking Baron Corbin.
The only person he legitimately beat was The Miz, and then Cedric got injured, so he was able to slip through. And then Ricochet and Samoa Joe wore each other out, so he was able to just sneak in.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I mean, that's in character, but it doesn't mean that I like it.
Do you think that, like, Baron threatened the administration that he was going to leave to AEW, and they, like, mistook him for one of their valuable properties, and, like, they decided to appease him?
Oh...
That's savage.
They for some reason they want to push Corbin, but they
shouldn't.
See, he's like the reverse of Roman Reigns. They're like, everyone hates him as a heel, so we should try something different with him.
When he wasn't fucking wrestling, everyone was chanting Corbin sucks.
Yes, no, agreed. Yes,
and I think that it's. Do you think they like just misjudge that as he's so fun to hate?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. Is Vince is delusional because he thinks if you get a crowd reaction, that means it's good heat. No, it means that people are sick of him and they just want this to go by faster, and they have to they're like cringing. So not all heat is good heat.
No.
In wrestling.
No. In fact,
just because we like, I mean, does Vince think that because at the end of the fucking at the end of SmackDown, people chanting AEW, does he think that's good because that's a crowd reaction?
So I think this is the first time any of us has said this, but legitimately, I am curious if you are watching this and you're like, I love Baron Corbin. Please tell us why.
I mean,
because I don't know.
I like his finishers. That's it.
Yeah.
I like Deep Six
and End of Days are fun.
Deep Six and End of Days, like anytime he gets into that, I'm like, oh, this is really fucking cool. And then as soon as he lands them, I'm like, okay, the moment has passed, and then I'm immediately bored with him.
Yeah. Then everything else is like, oh, I did a drive-by, which several other bigger and stronger wrestlers do, and I did a high kick, which several other
and his whole boxing thing, Shane McMahon does that.
Yeah.
And I see so much of fucking Shane McMahon that it's just like...
Also, I was noticing, maybe it was just me, did he look weird with the crown on? Like, his head looked very egg-shaped. Like, he put it, towards the back.
I think that's just Baron Corbin's head.
Yeah.
He has that weird, crown where his head is, egg-shaped, but then it's his forehead and then face.
Yeah.
But So yeah, we get this great match between Samoa Joe and Ricochet with Baron Corbin popping in every once in a while. And then Ricochet does he does the moonsault or whatever.
Yeah. Then he gets thrown out, and then Baron comes in and pins Joe. And I'm like, as much as I hate Baron Corbin advancing, I'm glad he didn't pin Ricochet.
Yeah. Well, Ricochet saved his ass.
Yeah.
3 times. Baron Corbin was going to lose straight up to Samoa Joe, and Ricochet saved him. And it's so without Ricochet, Baron Corbin would not have won at all.
Yeah, I don't know why he interrupted the headlock, to be honest.
Because if he taps, then Samoa Joe advances.
Well, no, they were outside the ring, though. He was going to just get knocked out.
And then the announcers commented on that, and it was like...
Yeah, they were like, why did you do that?
It was like,
that's a good point.
There must be some long game.
It's because if the Coquita clutch on the outside of Baron Corbin passes out, then it's just those two, and then the plot can't progress.
Yeah.
So they had to make a comment oh, you know what I mean?
So this was ass. I don't give a shit about King of the Ring anymore. I noticed I was looking shit up. King of the Ring was originally supposed to be part of Clash of Champions. Yes. That's been pushed over to the next Raw.
There was too many matches, and they were like, King of the Ring's not important enough. It's not in Clash of Champions.
So then why? So okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, it's
true. Fucking shut up.
So this whole tournament.
No, shut up. I hate liars. Shut up. Shut up. I hate liars.
I hate liars.
Shut up. So
you can't tell me what to do. So if this nobody tells me.
If this is Clash of Champions,
yes,
and there was a championship, the King of the Ring, on the line, to be decided once every like 4 years or something.
Yeah,
and you don't want that match, but instead
you want the New Day versus the Revival. Yeah,
or
the Cruiserweight,
or Rowan versus Roman.
Yes,
which isn't for a championship.
And is a SmackDown-based plot line. You would think that'd be a SmackDown match. No.
You think that like some shit would happen at Clash Champions, some like tiny plot thing in the middle of a match or between a match, and then that's it.
Yeah, you would think.
Or like one of them is competing in a different match, and the other one tries to. I don't know.
It's because nobody gives a fuck about King of the Ring.
Not anymore.
And we'll talk about it on SmackDown, but like they have people getting injured, like, and they can't compete in King of the Ring, and it's like I don't give a shit about it.
I heard that was like legitimate though.
Yeah. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying it isn't. It's just like King of the Ring feels like such a shoddy fucking mess. Like think about all these. Like we've watched a few pay-per-views now. We watched Extreme Rules. We watched Stomping Grounds, SummerSlam. We watched what was it? Smackville.
Okay, so I saw your face.
I was thinking Jacksonville, Mrs. I don't remember where the city.
That's where it was.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Yeah. That was
okay.
So points there.
That was it. It was in Jacksonville.
SmackDown.
It was SmackDown people, and it was Elias.
And it was an hour. Okay. Yeah. So it was literally less than any normal episode. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, King of the Ring. I don't give a fuck about Clash of Champions. I would say, wow, it doesn't. We'll go over the card at the end, but it doesn't look good.
No.
Then we have Natalya versus Lacey Evans. Oh wait, that's that on the Hulu edit. Then we have the 10-man tag team main event.
Oh shit, we're already there?
Yeah. Nothing happened this episode.
There had to be story segments in between.
Nope. There was a
Firefly Funhouse.
No, there was a Street Profits bit.
I like the Street Profits.
Yeah,
they're great.
They're great.
I can't remember what they were talking.
They were talking. They were talking.
Watch NXT instead.
They were basically saying like, oh, isn't SmackDown great? Isn't Clash of Champions great? Isn't NXT great? And then they were like, oh hey Sasha, you're right. Blue is your color, and I'm like, you were just gonna fuck Nikki Cross.
Well, I can't remember who's who, but the bigger one was saying that. Then you see the guy with the glasses like lower them and give him like this look of rage, and it's like, oh, do they have a waifu war? But then it just cut, and I was like, oh, okay.
I love their energy.
When they were talking about Clash of Champions, I was like, wow, I'm excited. When they talking about King of the Ring, I was like, wow, I'm excited. Then the promo's done, and I was like, oh wait, that's right, I hate it.
And then had to be this episode, they play a fucking recap of, don't they say roll the footage, or is that SmackDown? Do they have something? Okay, they had a segment on both. I was confused if they had just on one.
Do they have one on? Because I know.
Yes, they do.
Because there was one.
I watched it.
Because there was a segment that I saw start on SmackDown. I was like, oh, it's the Street Profit heavy machinery. I'm like, oh,
that's SmackDown.
That's SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, you just said that the Street Profits also had one for SmackDown.
No, I know. We just So they had two. So I was getting confused with.
Wait, the Street Profits were on SmackDown? When?
What? I thought we were just saying.
No, there's two roll the footage things.
Oh, okay. Yes. That just wasn't okay.
Sorry, we're a professional podcast.
We got off.
No, we said we were noobs.
That literally right there. I forgot we were recording. We were just talking.
No.
See, we got off track.
We were doing a show.
We got off track because we didn't want to talk about
the 10-man.
Shut up. So there's a Firefly Funhouse.
No, there was. Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was.
Was that before? Or?
Yes, it's before.
Let's just talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
It's definitely
so first off, they like set it up early in the show.
Yes, he was like, "I'll see you later tonight."
That was so strange,
and it was surreal because I was just like,
"Wait, that wasn't it?" Okay,
yeah.
All right.
And I'm like, I mean, I'm not opposed to this.
And it's talking about Stranger Danger. Obviously referring to Steve Austin.
Because the clock is set to 3:16.
There's one bit where Rambling Rabbit comes up with a sign that says, help me, and Bray just pushes him back down immediately.
It's so good.
It's like for half a second. It's barely...
They did that last week, too.
We're really glad that you're our friend.
But then all the puppets are saying stranger danger, and Bray Wyatt flips the fuck out, says, shut up. And then he says, I'll fix your clock for you, Abby. I also hate how the new Abby doll's eyes are way more expressive and can move. It's very terrifying.
Oh, that's bad.
But he takes the clock and hits it, and it's 11:19. And I think most people kind of theorize that it's like, well, The Undertaker premiered 11:19.
No, that was 11:22. Incorrect.
The clock or when he premiered?
When he premiered.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive. I was the one telling you about how I want it to be the 30th anniversary when he retires next year.
I thought someone said that. Well, it doesn't matter. But he hits the clock, and then basically he's like, no, Steve Austin's a stranger, but we need to hurt friends like Seth and Braun.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to ask for help from their friends at Hell in the Cell. See you in hell. And of course it's Bray Wyatt, so it's great.
It's fantastic. Everything Bray Wyatt touches and shits on turns to gold.
Oh, 11:19 is the first appearance of Kane.
Are you sure it's not Kane the Undertaker?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's the Undertaker. So you are incorrect.
But it wasn't his WWE premiere.
It was WWF.
Yep.
Superstars.
No, it is, Nathan.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Kane the
Would
Undertaker.
WrestlingInc.com lie? Would Robert Guinier lie?
It's no, because he premiered as Kane the Undertaker, and then he premiered as just the Undertaker.
Okay, so that's different.
But it's not, because it's the same character.
Drop the Kane, it's thinner.
Drop the just claw. One word, like Madonna. There's your Inspector Gadget reference for this wrestling project, you hacks. Anyway, so we get the Firefly
Survivor Series 1990, November 22nd. This event is known for the on-screen debut of The Undertaker.
Not Kane the Undertaker, though.
Well, that's the one that matters, isn't it?
I love that you're just against it.
No, I'm saying that this... Okay, he's going to fight The Undertaker.
The Undertaker ring names. Mark Callis, Mean Mark Callis, Mean Mark, Dice Morgan, The Master, Payne, The Punisher, Texas Red, The Undertaker. Kane the Undertaker isn't on that list.
Yeah,
so
because... It exists. Don't worry about it.
Wikipedia.
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The point is that he's going to fight The Undertaker. And you would think that would happen on SmackDown. It doesn't happen. Anyway.
And you would think that because he tweeted about rattlesnakes and that Steve Austin showed up and he's a stranger now because he left and came back, that he get attacked. That doesn't happen either.
Do you think that was Bray Wyatt going like, this is what I wanted to happen, but Steve Austin was like, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to put this guy over just so I get a mandible claw down my gullet. And then Bray was like, well, I wanted to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like him saying I wanted to, or if it's him on purpose saying this character is conflicted.
Yeah, maybe he tweeted it, but they hadn't fully approved it by Stone Cold, but then Stone Cold gave it the no. But since Randy Orton responded to it, they were like, oh, it's been legitimized. We can't just have him delete the tweet and forget it ever happened.
Well, I don't think Bray Wyatt would delete it.
Which is why the Funhouse is like one camera angle.
It was more of a pared down version.
It's not the set. It's all the puppets.
It didn't have zooms really either.
Yeah, no.
So they didn't have a lot of. Anyway.
Yeah.
So then, so a couple like about less than past the halfway point, they're just like, oh, by the way, there's a 10-man tag team as the main event, and you're like, okay, all right.
That's right. And okay, so we forgot to mention this because it was so unimportant. But earlier in the episode, when Cedric Alexander and AJ Styles are fighting, and the OC fuck over Cedric because he's now Ricochet, all of a sudden you hear some theme music come out, and you're like, oh my god, is Ricochet gonna come help him? No, it's the Viking Raiders.
Oh god, yeah. The Viking Raiders come out and they save Cedric Alexander.
Because reasons.
Because they need to interact with the main roster, I guess. I don't know why they were brought from NXT. But they save him, and it's like, are you guys faces now?
Forget this.
No. I just remembered. I remember reading a thing that kept talking about how great, separately, the Viking Raiders and Heavy Machinery were, but that they needed to stop fighting jobbers and face each other. And I'm like, people like either sets of these tag teams.
I mean, we'll talk about what Heavy Machinery did with the jobbers.
I like Heavy Machinery.
I think go back and forth.
No. I think we've all said that Heavy Machinery is better by virtue of them having characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Viking Raiders is like, we yell.
Yeah. We yell, I'm a big guy that jumps higher than you expect and puts my balls in your face and slams you.
The fact that they don't like rape and pillage the audience is really detrimental to their
I think that would be an interesting character choice if they like tried to rape and pillage the audience.
Rowan fucking destroys
Rowan throws a crowd member. I mean, I'm like, more of that.
Let's be real. Rowan's basically the Viking Raiders, but if they were an actual wrestler.
My apologies to the actual wrestlers.
Not that Rowan's good on the mic, but we'll get to that.
Hey,
he's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I prefer him silent.
So the 10-man tag team. So
this sucks. Next episode. So SmackDown.
No. We need to say who's in it.
We'll try to dissect.
So
I don't remember what happened.
I don't either, but we can at least say who was involved.
Okay, so
on the first team,
it's Cedric Alexander, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins. The Viking Raiders.
You already forgot. We just talked about it. You had
I just said it.
It was dramatic pause. It was,
okay.
I had to like literally.
It did look like a look of confusion on your face, but it was
because
pause.
it's the Viking Raiders.
Yes.
And then on the opposing team, what do we have? We had
the OC,
Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, the OC. Was there another?
No,
I thought it was.
That's it.
But that's only.
That's 5. That's 5.
Oh, with AJ.
With AJ,
I didn't know if you were including the OC with AJ.
The weird thing is, so we have the Viking Raiders come up out of nowhere to save Cedric, and that's their setup for joining up. They forgot to set up Seth and Braun deciding to help Cedric, but it's just by dint of him facing the OC. But then we have an actual skit where Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler are like, can we join the OC? And there's just this look of like bewilderment on AJ's face. He kind of looks at Gallows and the other guy. I forgot his name.
Anderson.
Yeah, no, I forgot his name. And he's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, oh, okay, so here's the villains team.
It's like, it's so funny just how they have to like unite the Legion of Doom, but it's not nearly as awesome as it's totally like Spider-Man 3, like, I want to kill the spider, you want to kill the spider. Together, they don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
But they forget that they have Braun Strowman on that team, and he just fucks all.
So when this match first started, and or I should say the first time it fell to pieces, there was a moment where everyone just rushes the stage, then everyone just gets thrown off the stage, and they cut to a different camera angle. And I was like, okay, are they going to be able to do the violence mosh pit, like, good, where it's like, here's what's happening on one side of the ring, here's what's happening on the other. Then it doesn't happen, it just evolves into a regular mosh pit, and I don't care, because 10 people is too many people to have wrestling all at once.
And then doesn't one of the Viking Raiders like jump on everybody?
Yeah, I don't remember
knocks everybody
this
down
match.
like bowling pins.
I don't remember this.
It was like Cedric Alexander jumping off the LED,
but far less impressive. Yeah. I don't really have any other comments other than the bad guys lose.
Oh, and then Stone Cold comes out and throws everyone.
Oh, no, yeah. That part's great.
And then he misses one.
Yeah,
but he's smiling. He's having fun.
He's drinking beers.
They have so many though that they can just keep throwing.
They don't stop. He throws one.
Some bitch, some beers.
Get some bitch.
I'm gonna give it a hell yeah.
And so Stone Cold Steve Austin being in the opening and the ending, it was like, oh, so like there was a reason he was there. He had like he supported the good guys at the beginning, and then he comes into the end and gives them all beers.
Dude, when he showed up at the end, you and me were like, oh, now Bray's gonna get him.
Yeah, well, no. See, what I thought was going to end with like everybody leaves and Stone Cold's like doing his closing shit, and he's drinking a beer, and then the Fiend gets him.
And because
or even that like the other people just can't stop him.
I was watching like a hawk. I was like, okay, he's leaving the stage with like a minute left.
Yeah,
and he's
I thought it was
backing
backstage.
up to the LED. And it's like, okay, now he's separate from everyone.
Yes.
Now the attack comes.
And it just didn't happen. I was so convinced. Like you and I were watching it, and he was backing up to the LED, and like the way it was framed, I'm like, there's someone gonna fucking come out of there. It has to be the Fiend. Like, there's no, I'm afraid not. Yeah, that was Raw.
So then SmackDown, we have the Undertaker come out, and everyone's happy. Yeah. Everyone's cheering.
Everyone's happy. He's talking. He's like, this is my hollow grounds.
See, I was telling this to Nathan. But I totally love this because it starts out and you think the Undertaker, I mean, not that he's out of character, but he's saying, he's being like sentimental, like, all the heroes here who were born on these hallowed grounds, it feels like home. And then he's like, and I took a piece of their souls. And I'm like, there you go. Because it was totally like, I know it's great that all these inspirational heroes, but I took some of their power for myself because I'm the Undertaker.
Yeah. And I was like, this is good.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then the person I didn't expect to come out came out.
I was I was as bewildered as the fucking Undertaker. More specifically, Mark Calloway.
Yeah,
because
you think he knew ahead of time who was gonna come out?
I do not know. Like, I assume yes, obviously, because he's gonna have to know who he's gonna have to lift for the chokeslam.
Yeah,
but I swear.
So there was a moment.
Yeah,
because Sami Zayn comes out, does this whole bit, where he's like kind of being like, "Listen, you're the old school. Get out of here. I'm the new school. I'm what's hip. I'm what's happening.
You can entrust the future of WWE in my hands."
But he's being like not as aggressive as he's everybody else. He's like,
because he can't.
Because even Sammy's like, "This is a primordial god. I don't want to fuck with him too much."
Yeah. This like small Canadian man is like attempting to persuade the god of death that like, no, listen, it's all okay. And like it's pretty convincing performance because he's like insulting him, but he's like trying to like go as polite as possible. Like, listen, all due respect. Yeah. Like he's not calling him a parasite or anything, but it unfortunately.
And then there's a bit where Undertaker kind of just gives him the mic and starts leaving, and I'm like, okay, I know for a fact that Mark Calloway in the past has let younger up and comers get him over in order to kind of show that they got some potential. And I'm like, I can imagine backstage Sami Zayn like ranting to him and him being like, "Listen, like Madison Square Garden, like I'll let you kind of have the moment, you know, and help you out." And then Sami does what Sami does, and he gets too excited.
Yeah,
and his little schizo Canadian brain goes a little haywire, and then Undertaker's like, "Are you serious?"
Are you sure? He gets back in the ring.
He just chokeslams him.
Well, it was great because like the actual like repulsion and disgust on Mark Calloway's face when Sami Zayn was talking to him was so palpable that I was like, I can't even like describe what it was. It was like a mixture of like confusion, like disgust, but also like wanting to understand why.
Yeah,
like he was so curious. Like, are you? Like, it was like the audience was like, "This is the last person I expected." And the Undertaker was like, "You're the last person I expected to come out here now."
The bit where when he gets back in the ring, and Sammy's like, "No," and he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, Undertaker just grabs him, "Die," and then just choke slams him.
Yeah, and I gotta, I asked Joe this, and I'm kind of wondering, like, because ideally, I think we've all said, or I don't know if I said this specifically, but I would want The Fiend to retire The Undertaker at his 30th anniversary next year.
I think that'd be great.
But so we have that speech with The Undertaker where he's like, "For years this place has been home, but soon maybe I won't be able to return home." And then
which implies that he won't go back to Madison Square Garden next year.
And then I gotta say that was like the most gingerly gentle choke slam I've seen him do. Yeah. Where like he didn't even bring his arm all the way down. Like he lifted Sami Zayn and Sami Zayn just dropped like a rag doll. So I'm hoping Mark, I hope you're okay.
Well, I don't know if he just didn't want to hurt Sami. I don't know.
Sammy is.
Oh, he can take punishment.
Yeah. It could have also just been his coat being in the way. He didn't want to get like tangled or something.
It is a nice coat.
He runs into that with the coat and the hat because there was that one time when he choke slammed. I forget who it was.
Well, you notice while he's doing the choke slam, as he's bringing him down, he's like holding his hat on.
Yeah. So it's probably just that mild concerns. Mark, I hope you're okay. Take care of yourself.
I mean, I think we all were in agreement that he was great at Extreme Rules.
He's fucking amazing.
He did a great job. But
he did very good.
So Undertaker is not attacked.
No,
he doesn't come back.
Well, of course he wouldn't be because like Bray Wyatt's a Raw guy. What is it like a rule that allows him?
Wild card. Undertaker just leaves, and
that's it.
It's okay.
He's gone.
I'm gonna be real.
Have a good night.
This SmackDown was very bad.
Yes.
Like this is the most by the numbers cliche SmackDown I have seen in a long time. And Undertaker just showing up just so he can I loved his speech in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he just chokeslams somebody and leaves.
Yes.
And it's like, is he going to do anything else? No, he just kind of does what the Undertaker... That's what the Undertaker does, right? He just chokeslams people and leaves.
Well, the thing that everyone was theorizing, and subsequently I was theorizing, is that typically in a normal rotation of events, the Undertaker normally issues his WrestleMania challenge in September the previous year.
Yeah.
Nothing this year. So I assume... I mean, it's possible it'll be at WrestleMania, but I assume not. At least not in a match. But
I don't know.
Still early. I guess we'll see.
But then after this, we get backstage. Shane O'Mac talking to Chad Gable. Oh, Chad, Elias broke his ankle. He can't compete in King of the Ring against you. Oh. Then Chad Gable's like, oh, well, that's great. That means I can just get to advance to the final. No.
Well, I love that he runs that through. It's like, yeah, it's great. I get to advance. I just get a pass. And he's like, well, before you interrupted me. And I just I agree that this episode was gimmicky as shit, but I love Shane's gimmick. He's very entertaining to watch. I think the short jokes of Chad Gable is annoying.
He's entertaining, but this was like,
it was by the numbers.
Shane O'Mac, the recent stuff with Kevin Owens was different, and then this episode was completely back to Shane O'Mac just wants the titles, even though he runs everything, and it's clearly not fair. And it's just it's the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna get to it. The point is, like, this episode was literally like everything we've already done. We're just gonna do it again.
Oh yes,
like the Kofi Randy Orton thing is literally pissing me the fuck off. I don't care how much I love Randy Orton. This is just embarrassing. So Shane O'Mac is like, okay, I'm finding a new opponent for you. It could be someone, who was even eliminated, or someone from Raw, SmackDown, could be anybody. And then Gable's kind of just like crestfallen. He's like, God, I wanted a break.
He's kind of like, okay, yeah, all right, okay, yeah, whatever. I'll fight people. I don't care.
Yeah. And then before the commercial,
just give me matches. I don't.
Yeah. Before the break, The Miz comes out. Like, his intro starts, then immediately cuts to commercial. And then we get a recap of... Oh, actually, it was about Braun and Seth, so it wasn't the whole Roman Reigns recap. That comes later. And you get the Clash of Champions ad, and the Spartans holding the Skittles again. And I laughed.
I have a question.
Yeah, yes. You in the front row.
I forget who the Miz even fights.
Andrade. He fights Andrade. And,
so I don't care.
And he wins.
Thank God.
He does win.
Yeah.
Not only does the Miz win, Andrade loses.
It's a 2-for-1. I loved having Shinsuke on the mics just speaking Japanese.
Yeah, no, it was actually
and
great.
then Corey being like, yeah. And Baron's like, what do you say? He said, shut up, Saxton.
Yeah, Byron Saxton was trying to ask, like, Shinsuke Nakamura questions because he knows he speaks, like, a tiny bit of English. And then he would speak completely in Japanese and Corey goes, that's a very good point, Shinsuke. And they're like, go fuck yourself.
And it's like, you don't know what he's saying. But he says, like, Gomenasai.
Yeah.
And I'm like... You don't know what that means.
That was really funny. Yeah, I laughed.
And then there was one bit where Sax's like, "Can you speak English?"
Yeah, it was very.
It was like whoever had the idea to put Shinsuke on commentary. I fucking love it.
Yeah, that was really great.
Comedy fucking gold.
I want someone to.
How do you think Shinsuke? So do I.
I want someone to translate what he said because I'm sure it's like dumb shit that like is just completely standard stuff. But the way it came off was so like.
Well, I think Corey Graves actually did translate some of what he said.
No,
no. Well, no, because I remember him. I remember distinctly hearing Shinsuke say something about championship. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
and then Graves saying something about the championship title.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he it just means he picked up one word and said, "This is what my heel commentator personality says that he said."
Even so,
but Saxon,
the match with Andrade was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I mean, Andrade lost, so I'm happy.
Yeah, Zelina interferes. So I think my favorite bit with Zelina was when the Miz was doing the yes kicks. Between every yes, she was going no.
Yeah,
and I was like, that was real good.
I also liked when he was gonna do a run against the ropes, then she got in the way and just like was like, oh shit, I can't hit a woman. Then he gets out of the way and Andrade almost runs into her, and I'm like, that's good.
And then she screeches like a knave. Wheel of Time joke.
We got Inspector Gadget and Wheel of Time. We're covering all
equal levels.
But so the Miz throws Andrade into Shinsuke because he's not a heel. And then,
awesome.
I think maybe awesome and stupid instead of good shit because I think we use that very cynically.
Yeah.
So
I also love shit. I love how it ends. So the Miz wins. It starts playing his theme. Shinsuke attacks him, and there's like a moment of silence, and then his theme just comes on.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
And then Corey goes. Corey's like, Kinshasa!
Yeah. He gets the Kinshasa and destroys the Miz.
I love just screeching that.
I love this twist. Like, I love this surprise character twist where characters you never would expect to be weeboos turn out to be weeboos and
you kind of love it.
Well, I mean, it's because they all watch New Japan.
Listen, if you watch NXT, like, everyone's a weeaboo.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's the one guy with the Berserk tattoo.
Yeah, there's the people who came out in Dragon Ball armor.
Yeah. There's one guy in Naruto armor.
Yeah. And then we cut, and Matt Hardy is backstage.
Matt Hardy is just
he's just there.
Looking like unsettlingly normal.
Yeah. Like nothing.
And he's like kind of meek.
Yeah. I don't think he says anything.
I don't know if that's supposed to imply that like
and he's talking to Apollo Crews?
Was it him or Shelton Benjamin?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was
you know, my memory is hazy. I think it was Apollo Crews.
Actually. They have large rosters. Sometimes it's hard to tell certain wrestlers apart.
No, it was Apollo Crews.
It's those Connor the Crusher shirts. They're very similar.
Yes. But Matt Hardy's there, and he's not woke Matt Hardy. He's just kind of, I'm just Matt Hardy, man.
I love the video, by the way, because I know some AEW drama, but Chris Jericho, the belt got stolen for AEW.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I know. A little bit of bubbly.
A little bit of bubbly.
Like in universe? Or
no, out of universe.
Legitimately stolen.
Yeah, it got stolen. They found it.
Okay. Because I think he left it in his limo.
Yes.
That got taken back to the airport while he was eating at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yes.
Of course he
was. There's a clip of Matt Hardy walking out of a Longhorn Steakhouse being like, what a fine establishment. Oh, wait. I've lost it. He runs it back. It's like, comes back out and has his belt. He's like, almost lost my belt. And then puts it back on.
A little bit of the bubbly.
I can't wait for the AEW show.
Yeah.
Coming next month.
Thank God.
And so Gable's talking to Shane again, and what do you know it? What a twist. Chad Gable is going to fight Shane McMahon.
The same thing he did in that other tournament.
Yes, it's almost like they're just repeating the same idea.
He's going to retire
Hey,
soon.
listen, if an idea works.
Yeah. And then after this, we get, of course, our favorite characters, Fire and Desire. And we get one of the fucking stupidest, like, call-out promos I've ever seen.
So, like, it's the WWE does this thing where, like, somebody would just, like, say a thing in a match, and Vince, like, he, like, presses the button on his, like, little medical bed and, like, goes, like leans up.
He's like the guy in the Wolverine where, like, the things rise whenever he moves
I mean, when you're only conscious for, like, 2 hours a day, and you hear, like, half
he's conscious for 3 hours a day whenever the show is playing, and then he promptly goes back to sleep.
Yeah. So he puts it... He pushes the little bunny, rises up, and he's like... did she say you'll never look like me? Oh, that's good shit. Put that. I need that to be recurring.
That's brilliant. I feel like he's gonna just become Mason Berger over time. He's just gonna wheel out and just go.
I think he's about there.
Yeah.
So like Mandy Rose said it last week to Nikki Cross, which is like really weird because like again, I don't want to like be an asshole, but like. I don't find Mandy Rose attractive to any degree.
No.
I mean, yeah, she's like...
She's conventionally pretty.
No, not even that.
No, she's
not even that,
she's
though.
Not.
She's plastic as shit.
There were air quotes.
And
she's conventionally attractive if, like, you're just into, like, Southern California college students who just get spray tanned.
And it's also funny to me.
And not like 20-year-old college students. Like
like 35.
And they're in cosmetology school specifically.
Yes.
And it's also funny to me that's her gimmick of being, you'll never look like me. And I'm like, Nikki Cross's partner is like one of the most attractive women on the
planet. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Alexa Bliss is like what...
the goddess.
It's not even that. Like, you'll never look like me is actually like... kind of like a line that could be like taunting.
Yeah.
Sure. But they literally do. I'm not making up this delivery. I'm pretty. And Nikki is ugly.
Ugly.
And I'm like, oh man, you showed her.
Here, and I'm gonna do what the crowd does.
Yeah, that's what the crowd did.
It's fucking quiet.
It was
like,
bad.
And she's like, you don't agree? And everyone's just like...
We don't care.
And you know it's bad because the commentators like go on this rabbit trail about Byron's like sex life.
Yes, and that was really funny.
Yeah,
because it didn't involve anything on stage.
What is it that fucking Corey said that he's like romantically dehydrated or something? And then Byron laughs.
And I forget who the other guy is, but the guy in the middle, he's just like, "You're a desert." And then
they're like, "Are we watching a match?"
Oh, it's so good.
And I'm like, that's how you know this match does not matter. They just go off about like Byron being romantically dehydrated.
So awful promo. And then Alexa comes out.
No, don't forget they show the image of Mandy Rose like, all dolled up, and then they show like an image of like
Nikki purposely trying to be like fierce and monstrous. It's like, oh, look how ugly she is. I'm like, she looks pretty good to me. I don't know.
She just got married, or I would hit on her more on these podcasts.
That one channel, Gamers with like a V instead of an A. Whenever okay, so like he made a video where something about how boring Halo was in comparison to Half-Life 2, and shows like a clip from Halo 1 where there was like you're just like kind of like walking after the crash. And then shows
shows an action scene
and shows the boat scene from Half-Life 2, and I commented on like you clearly used different images, clips to support your argument.
Now,
and he wrote me this whole like paragraph like, oh well, it's just what it is, man. And I'm like, you suck.
I mean, it'd be one thing if you said suck. Like the climax and then shows the two climaxes, but he didn't do that.
Then you lose.
What was the name of the channel?
It's like Gamers, but like instead of an A, it's like a V.
Gamers with a V. You're a dumb cunt. Anyway,
thank you. Anyway, and I love you.
Yeah.
But
I got your back.
Alexa comes out, and at first you think it's gonna be, oh, you made fun of my friend, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then Nikki Cross just runs out and just probably beats the fucking shit.
I love feral Nikki Cross. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great.
And then guess what? Mandy Rose loses, and then the commentators don't care the entire match.
And just like they lost last time, I wonder how they'll do at Clash of Champions.
No, they won last time.
Did they win?
Yes, they did.
I think I wrote
they won because
No, I thought they got disqualified.
No,
Sasha interfered.
No,
they just counted that as a win.
No, Sasha didn't interfere. Mm-mm. She just sat around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
they lost because Alexa got distracted from the outside fighting and then couldn't nail the Twisted Bliss because she didn't do the power up.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate, in my notes I put, "You will never look like me," in quotations, and then I put in my notes, "Good, thank God."
Yes.
I love it last week when she was like, "You never love me," and Alexa's like, "Good, no one wants to."
Yeah.
Oh, I love Alexa.
And so we get this great cathartic thing, and then
what's after that?
Bleacher Report is all out of heavy, so I'm lying on you.
Heavy Machinery does their little fucking.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah,
give me a sip. They literally make a smoothie.
It's great. I love it.
And I know that they're like kind of faces and Corey's a heel, and therefore he has to like shit on them.
But I completely agree with everything he says.
Well, the fact that he's like, oh, he made some gross thing, and I was like, just a smoothie.
Listen, Corey has so much to work with. All right.
Yeah, and so I wrote my notes.
He already killed Saxon earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Give him a fucking break.
As they were making the drink, I wrote in my notes, looks like Otis wants a little bit of the bubbly.
Hey.
But,
Heavy Machinery is stupid, and I like it.
Connor Crusher.
They're my guilty pleasure.
That's
they come out, and I'm like, I hate that they're here, but like, they're just having a good time. I see the enjoyment.
Sure.
I'm like the Revival or like Viking Raiders or fucking the B Team. I'm like,
the B Team.
These guys are like having a great time out here, and they're fucking weird. And I'm like, you know what? Thank God you have some semblance of like character and like personality.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
No. Me finding them disgusting doesn't mean they're bad wrestlers.
Yeah. They're great.
But we get this. Did anyone remember this really awkward? So in Raw we skipped over, but they did the whole Connor the Crusher thing with Roman Reigns bringing the kids out, and it was nice.
Yeah.
And this one we get a really bad commercial with one of them where you get this really odd, like panning zoom green screen shot of Roman Reigns being the one next to the camera going, "I couldn't have done it better myself," and it was like really bad.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
So I heard that because I was on my phone because it was a Connor the Crusher thing.
Yeah. No, it was bad.
Because I've seen this ad so many times that I was like, I don't know.
He was like green screen and like it was like he was at the camera operating, and I'm like, please stop.
Not to mention like, all right, so I'm kind of
please before you say anything,
yes,
please consider everything you're about to say, and if this could come back on us, because what you say will reflect on me and not you for some reason, and him and not you for some reason. Speak your piece. If this has anything to do with Kofi going to Africa, I will nix this from the podcast.
Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with that.
Does it have anything to do with Kofi going to cancer?
No.
Should have been trained.
I was just gonna say. I know they're wrestling fans. I know it's their thing.
So whatever Nathan says is his personal beliefs.
Personal opinion.
The podcast.
Yeah.
He's stolen the mic.
So
he's going rogue.
So little children out there, can one of you who's like a good actor please get cancer? That's...
not actor. Shut up, Saxon. Oh god. Which, talking about cancer, that transitions well. Ember Moon goes to talk to Bayley.
Oh, that was cancer. That was strategically placed.
Yes.
That was. They should have done it after.
They should have done it after and gone like, so if you're feeling like you might have symptoms, please, for God's sake. So, Ember Moon and Bayley, the two worst actors in the whole fucking department, the whole fucking division, besides Fire and Desire. Ember Moon goes and says, "You're mean. You aren't really doing this for the good of the division, Bayley. You were lying." And Bayley's like, "No, it's for the good of the division because I have this title." And I'm like, you realize you were a fucking idiot, right?
I have a problem with how you delivered that because it was too good.
Yeah, I apologize.
It was too better than what they did it.
I can't bother. Yeah, so basically it's just this really brief thing where Bayley's like, "Yeah, I did do it for the good of the division because it's for the good of me." And I'm like, you realize you're a fucking moron, right?
And Bayley has like this like Zumba voice where she's like, "I'm doing this because like I'm for the people."
And then Ember Moon has this thing where she's all innocent, and then as soon as Bayley leaves, she does her patented Ember Moon glare, and I'm like, that was not set up properly.
I was like, is this supposed to be like a really underwhelming face turn? And then she does her glare, and it's like, no, she's still
Ember Moon is a face.
Is she?
Yeah,
absolutely. She was bullied by Fire and Desire.
Oh, I just hate her, so I assume that's the response. We can
hate faces. We hate Kofi Kingston.
Well, yeah,
So
no, I despise Kofi Kingston.
That's fair. And then we cut back, and Heavy Machinery versus Jobbers. I wrote their names down. Do you want to know what they were?
Yes.
Johnny Silver and Alex Keaton.
I feel really bad for these guys. Because every time a jobber shows up, that's like clearly like a twink. That's like from I don't know where the fuck, but like
NXT reject.
Yeah, and they just get their ass kicked. I'm like, I always kind of want them to like.
I would totally love if they just destroy, and you're like, what the fuck?
Pull like a Buddy Murphy and just like all of a sudden like just like fucking like just
like how Buddy Murphy pushed Roman fucking Reigns to the limit out
in his first match on SmackDown.
Yeah,
make Heavy Machinery earn their fucking paychecks, please.
No.
Yeah. In Madison Square Garden, you have a Jobbers fight. So you leave those in, but you cut Rey Mysterio.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Is like this is a fucking filler-filled, repetitive episode.
I feel so. Let's be generous and say that that WWE writes their segments like 2 months in advance. they like let's just say that they like fucked this up and went, oh shit, I thought by the end of last week we would be at Clash of Champions. Well, let's just throw some shit into this one the week before, and then it'll be set.
Why wasn't this?
Again, I don't get why. Okay, I get why, but I don't think any of these should be 3 hours.
No.
Why was Madison Square Garden not the home
Clash of Champions?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's really weird.
You would think they would do Clash. Like, remember how in Everett they did one Raw episode and they did the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
And like that made sense because they were in the area and they used the bigger arena for the pay-per-view.
And because it was did like
because wasn't SmackDown in like Portland?
No. Yes, it was.
Proving Ground was in Portland, right?
No,
I thought no. Proving Ground was in Seattle. Then Everett was Raw, and then SmackDown was
SmackDown was in Portland.
Weird how we got Raw.
Yeah, it was, but it was great.
It was historic. It was great.
It was historic, and yeah, I will never understand why they booked it this way because I don't even know where Clash of Champions is being held. But anyway,
North Carolina.
What the fuck?
Fact check me.
Byron Saxton had a line about Heavy Machinery where he said to Corey Graves, "Just enjoy it," as Otis was thrusting, and I'm like, this is truly disturbing on another level.
Otis thrusting is horrifying. And then
you are correct. It'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, so Charlotte Flair has to win.
Yes. That was a joke. It's in Charlotte country.
Yeah, and I think I want Charlotte Flair to win.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Kevin Owens, and Shane.
Yeah, this bit is great because Shane's like, listen, hey Kevin, talk to me. And it's this promo that we've seen 80 times now where like Shane will call in Kevin will be like really humble and be like,
he's more than humble. He's about to go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, no, he wants to kill himself.
He's like, I can't provide for my family.
It's like, I won. He's like guts at like the end of like the third movie. He's like, yeah, I won, but like everything's just dead.
Yeah. No, I just want the scene of Kevin Owens running as his bandages fall off and he's just crying.
Yeah.
Oh God, Jesus! I don't.
I like how you made the cancer joke and then I referenced Berserk. You're like, oh God, I am so sorry.
Some things are a step too far.
But so he comes in. He's like, hey Shane, you want to see me? And she's like, yeah, no, Kevin, come here.
Clearly, like, blind to this man's suffering.
Yeah.
Like, not giving a fuck.
And yeah, essentially what this boils down to is, I will lift the fine if you referee for the match and let me win.
And he basically says, if you do your job correctly. And then Kevin's like,
correctly.
What does correctly mean?
To the best of your abilities.
And then Kevin's like...
Yeah.
He's like crying.
It's like
yeah. I wouldn't say that this episode flatters Kevin Owens. I think like since they're sending him to NXT, probably they're kind of just burying him a little bit. But I will say that his acting is
I was gonna say they're trying to bury him, but his performance is way too fucking good.
Yeah, like this is totally what you would do to humiliate someone because he doesn't even get to spoiler alert, he doesn't even get to stun Shane at the end.
No.
Oh, he doesn't know.
No. And then we get, hey, can anyone guess? It's a SmackDown episode. What kind of recap do we get? Roman Reigns and Rowan and Daniel Bryan calling Rowan stupid
I
again.
literally fast forward through it every time.
I love what they did, and by love, I mean I hate. So we got a flashback of the last two episodes where it's just been Rowan being like, I did it. I'm proud.
Roman, I'm proud of what I did
it's
to
like,
you.
Oh my God, he dropped Roman and then Daniel Bryan slaps him and then he dropped Daniel Bryan. And then it flashes back further to when he first started trying to assassinate him. And it's like, remember the things falling on him and the car crash? Yeah, that's what he's taking credit for.
This is so... Maybe if I went back to if I watch once we get to the Attitude Era when because we're circling around and we're going through that way. Maybe they do this when they do a big stunt and they play it. I don't remember the Brock Lesnar attacking Seth Rollins bit in the ambulance getting this many replays.
No, it didn't.
No.
In that, and I feel like that was kind of a quote unquote bigger stunt. But I feel like even Bobby Lashley pushing Braun through the LED, I don't think got this many replays.
No.
That got 2 or 3 at most.
I have seen Roman walk down the hallway, have her say, "Hey Roman," and then wait, watch out. Yeah. He does the oh God, falls over, the boxes fall, everybody rushes. I've seen that. I've seen that more times than I've seen my son in the last 5 months. I don't understand what's happening.
Do you think Rowan threatened to leave to AEW and they mistook him for one of their valuable products that they
listen
to jerk off?
Eric Rowan could be great if he was a part of the Wyatt family again.
That's what this should all be leading to.
But Josiah, no one controls him. He's a mastermind.
Didn't you hear him?
I get that arc. It's a good arc. I don't think this man has the acting capability to sell me on this, or I really feel the pathos of Eric Rowan finally breaking free.
I mean, yeah, you can't tell me you're a mastermind and then stand there open mouth for the
no one tells me what to do. Yeah, there was a bit where he was backstage going, Roman, I'm like, is he hypnotized? Could this still turn out to be that there's a twist and someone's controlling him? Please, God.
No, it's literally they told him the night before, hey, you have a segment on SmackDown, and he couldn't think of anything. So they're just like, well,
no,
fuck.
You think they let him write his own segment?
Yeah, because the whole segment is, a good idea, Rowan going, yeah, everyone thinks I'm dumb muscle, no one thinks I can scheme, but I can. I tried to kill Roman Reigns, and I'm like, to what purpose?
So I fight him at Clash of Champions.
When you're a schemer, usually your scheme has an end. It's not just the means. So forgive me, Rowan, if I don't think your intelligent scheme is very intelligent, because nothing so far. You've admitted that you've done it. Why not tell us why?
Because no one controls him.
What does Roman Reigns have to do with that? He should be trying to kill Daniel Bryan. That should have been the arc. Someone tries to kill Daniel Bryan, and the last person you suspect is the person who's most closest to him. Literally, the butler did it. That would have been the plotline.
Joe, can we put a pin in this? Someone needs to change Shane's bedpan. He can't. We gotta nix this meeting right now. So Roman versus Rowan is the storyline. Thanks, Vince.
Rowan is angry. Rowan's entrance theme wasn't bad. It reminded me of the original version of Live in Fear a little bit. Just the slow pace of it, the guitar.
It was alright.
I liked it. It was okay.
Yeah. It was weird seeing him have his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a singles guy now. And so security comes, and then Rowan, he throws the fan at Roman.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's not, but for the in-universe, he picks up a fan, he throws him. Reigns has this cool bit where he's punching Rowan down into the Iron Throne. I'm sorry, I mean the King of the Ring throne.
Yeah.
And then there's a camera rig.
If this ends with Ricochet burning the King of the Ring throne because symbolism, I'll be really happy.
I mean, it'd be better than the end of Game of Thrones.
Well, because I'm on a stool, but...
Yeah. But there's a camera rig hanging low for no reason, and Rowan just throws
there's a reason, so he can throw it.
And
we never see that camera's angle. That
they should have shown
in all 20 replays. They never show the actual camera angle of the camera that he used to throw it around.
Yeah, it's because they weren't even creative to it's turned off. They weren't even creative enough to get an angle from that camera to set that up. But so he throws
we have an angle from the fucking car attack ramming into Roman's car, but not the fucking
and so he throws it hits the security and Roman.
It's all right.
And then this is when he's acting crazy backstage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please, God, let there be a twist. Please don't just have it be Rowan fighting Roman at Clash of Champions. And then we cut, and Charlotte Flair is on commentary.
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And then Ember Moon and Bayley fight.
So
Bayley
awful.
Wins.
Bayley wins.
It's awful.
Because Ember Moon...
I think I wanted to just cave my skull in. And then,
every time it cut to Charlotte Flair, I was like, thank God.
And then Charlotte comes out, and I love it through her commentary. She's like, no one ever said that the SmackDown Championship was not worthy when I had it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right.
Keep speaking them truths.
And then Charlotte comes out onto the stage after the fight, and then she lifts her arms, and she's all happy, and then her theme plays.
And they're like, hey, do you feel confident? She's like, well, first of all, I always feel confident. And I was like, oh.
She's like the successful execution of the entirety of... Fuck. Her name escapes me.
What?
Ooh. Again, ringside casuals.
That's not even a wrestler, it's an actress.
No. He's thinking of an actress.
It's oh god. Captain Marvel or
Brie Larson.
Yeah, it's like a likable version of Brie Larson, where she's like, "Oh, I'm the best. Thank you very much."
What's after that?
Kevin Owens is backstage, just in turmoil.
He's just
cuts over to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then after all these brilliant matchups,
right?
We get the best match on the whole card: Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, so this was the actual worst.
Yes, Kofi Kingston is going to relive his 10-year journey to this point. And I wrote here, fuck me.
So his big epic moment, his big fucking moment that he's reliving 10 years after, 10 years.
So pathetic.
10 years. 10 years ago, this put him on the map. It started the propulsion system that would lead the New Day into fucking glory, into the stratosphere. This is the big epic moment. It's a big, amazing thing. He jumped onto a guy who was on a table.
Like 5 feet below him.
Stephen Amell did this in his third fucking match.
What? Stephen Amell jumped way farther.
Yeah.
He did like a coast to coast.
He did a coast to coast and isn't even a fucking wrestler. God, fuck you, Kofi.
The only thing that was
fucking
good,
accent.
the only thing that good that came out of this was, of course, Randy Orton's entrance, where he points out how stupid it was that he had a Jamaican accent and
also
how he's achieved jack shit in 10 years.
Yeah, and how Randy Orton's like, yeah, you won the title once. I won it like 7 times, and then I also won Money in the Bank, and then I also won Royal Rumble twice. In 10 years. Yeah, and twice in 10 years. You won the title once. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, and you point through a table. So fucking what?
Yeah, Randy Orton's like, yeah, I like the Hardys did that to me like 15 times. Who are you?
Yeah.
And so we get this flashback to like, it's so sad because like this is Madison Square Garden. We should be reminiscing on like the actual like famous shit that is happening.
We don't replay clips of Stone Cold.
No.
Or Undertaker.
No.
Or anyone else.
We just get Kofi going, hey, 10 years ago I jumped like a little hop and landed on Randy Orton and the table broke.
So remember like a few weeks ago in one of the matches where Kofi beat Randy Orton, when he takes like 75 years to put a chair on his leg. Imagine, as long as we're reliving wonderful moments in Kofi's career, he decides to recreate that fumbling fuck-uppery with the table.
Or he gets the table all nice and neat, and then he breaks it on accident.
Yeah,
and then he gets another table.
Yeah, no, he has to look for it first.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, thank God they set up another table because they knew Kofi Kingston would fuck up the spot.
And somehow he goes to, like, the coffee table first and is like, is this the one that I put?
He's so bad.
Grabs it, starts to lift, then goes, no, this
I
is
should
too
not
small.
be able to see the gears whirring of, I need to perform. He should perform. Like, so this match, I think every time we should vote for a match if there is one of the take a dump match, and this is the one. Like, I was literally thinking Whiplash, like, if you want to get some food, take a dump. Apologies to the real wrestlers. Like,
yeah,
it was so bad. Like,
and then Randy gets like he loses because Kofi just hops onto him,
and then did you notice he fucks up? He breaks the table. He's wondering what the fuck to do. He sets up another table. He, like, rolls Randy on top. Randy, like, has to do half of it for him.
Yeah.
He gets up, hops, hits him. Then he gets back up and just stands there and says, hey. He literally, like, walks up the stairs, like, 3 times. It was embarrassing. And not just because I don't like Kofi Kingston. This was actually embarrassing to watch.
Well, that's why you don't like him. It's not like we're prejudiced or anything. It's clearly we like talent, and we're seeing a severe lack of it here.
Randy Orton says bullshit, and they censor it.
Oh, it's so good.
Says that the power of positivity is bullshit, and I agree.
I love Randy Orton. I hope he wins. He's not going to, but I hope he does.
Hey, he just lost this time, so maybe there will be an
possible.
It's
possible that he could take it because he lost this one.
You're right.
If he had won this one, I would have said no fucking.
Not to mention, how long has Kofi had the title
Too long.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's way too goddamn long.
Yeah, he beat Daniel Bryan and got it.
Who has challenged Kofi? I mean, guys,
Dolph. He had that feud with Dolph.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
See, because unlike Seth, Kofi doesn't want to chance it because he knows he'll lose.
Yeah. And then... another thing just evident, like the difference in capability. Randy Orton goes over to the lights that are in the way of the already broken tables. He just shoves them aside. Kofi Kingston has to, like, fiddle and, like, move them and, like, process every, like, inch that it's moving. Like, oh, I guess I am moving this. And now I will pull the table. And now I will put Randy Orton... He's like a caveman. I don't understand it.
Also, I don't know what it is, but, like, out of everyone in the ring who's talking, when Kofi's talking, it looks like he's looking for cue cards. Like, he's just kind of, like, looking out over... Like, it, and, like, some wrestlers will look, like, straight at the camera, and they, like, know their mark. And then, like, Kofi will, like, kind of glance at it, and then, like,
I literally think that's just he does, like, these smiles at the audience, like, hey, am I not entertaining and doing a good job?
I'm happy and positive, even though I do heel shit, no one cares.
Yeah. And so this is bad. This was really bad, and again, this is, like...
the worst.
How many times have we had Randy and Kofi fight? Like, when you want to build up to, like, a big match... The preferences don't have them, like, I don't know, use all their moves and all the potential spots they could do together in the lead up. Yeah. Like, you do it 10 times, we're gonna not care when they actually fight.
Yeah.
And so I don't care.
I don't care until Randy wins. I'll be really happy.
If Randy wins, I'll cheer. But unfortunately, Randy is saddled with this. Kofi Kingston is stupid. But then we get Kevin Owens, and so Chad Gable's fighting Shane, and Shane gets pinned in 30 seconds because Kevin just decides to do his job normally.
Yeah.
No. You're wrong.
Explain.
Kevin fast taps.
Kind of.
It was a little.
No.
It wasn't as fast as what he does later in the match.
And it wasn't as fast as what Shane did to him with a lot.
No, it was a fast tap.
Wasn't as fast as it was later, though.
It was a fast tap.
It still wasn't.
They even call it out.
Yes, just because the commentators tried to say it is doesn't mean that.
I witnessed it being fast.
Yes, it's still not as fast. So to me, that is evident. Maybe Kevin Owens is just
No, it was definitely Kevin being like, "No, fuck you, Shane, get out of here."
Why?
because okay, listen. All right, so clearly Kevin's like, all right, so fuck Shane. I'm gonna fuck him over.
But then immediately after, he just.
Well, then they cut the commercial.
Yeah, but that's not.
And they even say in the commentary, like Shane talked to Kevin during the commercial. That's
terrible storytelling.
Well, it's because we're watching the Hulu edit.
No, because it's not even that. Because it's
not terrible.
It's not good.
I think it's good. This is my favorite part of the whole episode. I really enjoyed this bit.
I mean,
having a ref who's unsure and conflicted.
I liked his acting. I think
and even Chad being holding him down with a pin, and Kevin doing the whole thing to make sure it's aligned, and and slowly tapping, and Chad being dude, what the fuck?
I didn't mind that. It was just I thought Kevin was good. I'm just it's just okay. So Gable takes him out, and then Shane says, "Well, actually, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match now," and then says to Kevin, "No, I'm serious. You have to just make me win." And then Kevin goes to slow tapping as opposed to just not tapping at all.
Yeah.
And then Chad Gable wins
via submission.
Yes, he does, which was good because then that prevented Kevin Owens.
But there's also a few really good moments where he does try to fast tap for Shane, but Chad breaks out too quickly even for a fast tap.
And then Chad Gable beats Shane, and then Shane McMahon,
in a moment that was way too real for me.
Well, he was channeling his dad.
Yeah.
Fired.
Well, even before you have the moment where it's breaking down, and Kevin Owens is just what do you want me to do? What did you want me to do? You tapped out. I couldn't I couldn't rig this for you.
And it was funny how Kevin Owens was aware of the medium because he's there's all these people watching.
Yeah.
There's a historical record of what occurred.
Yeah.
But
he has a chair. He's everyone can see this. You want to do this right now? Everyone can see you doing this. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And then Shane McMahon fires him, beats the shit out of him. Does Chad Gable kind of just peace out after he wins?
Yeah. He runs off before Shane can change the rule.
Yeah, intelligent.
Smart. Just no, fuck you, bye.
And it just ends with Kevin Owens getting the shit beaten out of him, and he's fired and going back to NXT.
And it's great because even the commentators wait, what? I don't know who says it at the end,
Kevin
but that's
Owens is fired?
Yeah, that's just the last line. It's oh. So, not good. Kevin Owens' performance was probably the best thing about this SmackDown to me.
I liked this match.
I thought this match was... I liked the match as well.
And I like that, at first, he's fuck you, Shane. And Shane's all right, no. 2 to 3. I'm the boss, 2 to 3. And then, we don't see it because it's during the commercial. But, I can kind of infer that, Kevin... Shane probably intimidated Kevin a bit more and was no, seriously, I will fuck your whole career. Yeah. And then, he's on his side trying to help him, but then, he submits, and it's oh, I see, fuck you. Kevin's in the clear. Oh, no, I'm still the boss, I fire you.
Yeah.
And the assumption from everyone is that eventually Kevin will return and retire Shane O'Mac. But
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think so, but that's what people are saying is the next phase of the arc of their rivalry.
They don't have that many before NXT comes and then SmackDown switches to Fox.
Yeah.
I think they were like trying to get Kevin into a place to be Steve Austin, and they just, because of the whole switching networks and switching NXT basically becoming the third brand. I mean, I don't think it's really developmental
even
anymore.
Johnny was like, I think yesterday or today was like, I'm not going to leave NXT. This is the main roster. It's happening. I'm staying.
Oh yeah, people in NXT don't want to go to the main roster anymore because because it's so overstuffed, and they're like, wait, I can either compete on NXT and get my time, or not get my time and just be like
a
jobber and slightly more well known. Not worth.
Yeah,
because NXT is popular.
I watched what happened to 205. I don't want that fate.
Yeah, so
oof, where does that even air? On the network, probably.
Probably just on the network.
I don't know. It might be USA. I have no idea. But anyway, I say we take a look at the. Well, okay. Do we think this week? Okay, let's do them individually. Do we think the Raw was awesome or stupid?
Stupid.
Other than Stone Cold, I would say stupid.
Yeah, I would say it's stupid. I liked it more than SmackDown, but like
by degrees.
Oh man, yeah, but like okay, so like SmackDown, it had the Bayley Ember Moon match, and it had the Kofi Orton match, and it had Fire and Desire, and it also had Heavy Machinery versus Jobbers. So I'd say
it wasted the Undertaker.
Yeah, I'd say the Raw was stupid.
Yeah,
and then the SmackDown was that awesome or stupid.
Embarrassingly stupid.
SmackDown was stupid, and I wish that like you could just take the first bit of SmackDown, the first like this the Sami and Undertaker, and then like string all the Kevin and Chad stuff in the middle, and then end with just that match, and I'd be like, wow, what a good like 30-minute episode.
They were like,
not a lot happened, but this was kind of good.
They were like, hey, we technically only rented Madison Square for like 36 hours, so we gotta like get out of here real quick.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty rough week. I know we're all kind of not excited for Clash of Champions, which is why I think we should go over the card for Clash of Champions.
I have the card up right here.
Oh, thank you.
Because he's prepared.
So,
what's the first?
Do you kind of just want to say like who we think should win real quick?
And if we even care or not.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So, Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Who should win?
Seth.
Yeah.
Because whoever wins is just going to lose to the Fiend.
That's fair.
So whoever wins,
and Seth just got it back.
Yeah.
So having it pass again is kind of silly.
I agree, Seth.
Yeah, I think just Seth should retain.
As much as I want Braun to.
Yeah, I think Seth should retain, and then the Fiend takes it.
Yeah. All right, and so Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, yours is so out of order from mine.
I would say.
I want Sasha Banks.
I want Sasha Banks. Just to mix things up, because I think Becky's been too dominant. And also I think Becky might be heading to SmackDown anyway, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So I think Sasha might win that.
This one's an easy one. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
God,
Randy
Orton.
Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan, no disqualification match for the non-existent championship.
I don't care.
I don't.
Whoever wins, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
The Fiend. I want the Fiend to win.
I mean, I don't... let me
That's my answer. Anytime he's not there, the Fiend.
I will try to answer. As much as Roman has kind of been repeatedly winning, I kind of hate Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
So I kind of want Roman to win more, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I would say Roman Reigns, I guess.
Bayley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh God, Charlotte Flair.
All right. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for the Raw Tag Team title.
I actually want Ziggler and Roode to win, because I think that'd be great if like Braun gets nothing, like because he decided to challenge Seth. Like his arrogance causes him to lose the tag team.
Well, the interesting thing, at least for my, I don't know if this is the official order, but for mine, it says that Seth's match with Braun is right after their tag team match.
That's I like
so I hope that's how it is, and that's horrifying.
I would love if Ziggler and Rude just took the tag team titles. Yeah. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
New Day versus the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Cut it.
Mutual disqualification.
Cut it. The Fiend. Sorry, the Fiend.
The Fiend.
Bray Wyatt and the Fiend.
Bray Wyatt and the Fiend.
I want the entirety of Firefly Funhouse to come out and just.
I would rather the puppets. Yeah.
Yeah.
The puppets.
I think Ziggler and Rude again should win.
Yeah, Ziggler and Rude win.
Yeah. That works for me.
No. Street Profits should win.
Oh yes, please.
That'd be so great. The Street
That's
Profits.
how you introduce them.
No. So you just have this caveat. Xavier Woods is still injured, so the Street Profits are gonna stand in.
Oh, that'd be good.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's tough.
That's a tough one. I think I kind of don't want Shinsuke to lose his steam.
Yeah.
I want his thing with Sammy and just his dominance to kind of keep going.
I will also say, as much as I love The Miz on the mic, I don't think he has as entertaining a wrestler to watch as Shinsuke in his match.
No,
He's on drugs.
Shinsuke's, I'll say, as much as we said The Miz shouldn't lose and be a jobber, I'll go with Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah.
Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo versus Lince Dorado for the Cruiserweight Championship.
So I'm thinking of ordering Alfie's and just getting some pizza.
You want to take a dump, get some food,
get a snack
apologies
run.
to the real wrestlers.
Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville for the
my
WWE
girls,
Women's Tag Team titles.
Bliss and Cross
every
day, all day, every day.
Finally, for the last one, AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the United States Championship.
Ricochet?
I'm kidding, it's Cedric Alexander. Ricochet's
shit. Right, yeah. I forgot that Ricochet was. God damn it. Why the fuck?
Do you want to watch Ricochet matches?
Why did they remove him from that feud? Why did they remove him from that feud? But Eric Rowan and
who likes Ricochet? Let's put Cedric Alexander. He jumped off the LED, Josiah. That's so fucking cool.
Yes, it was impressive. I guarantee you, Ricochet could do the same thing.
While doing like a flip and a kick and even more entertaining things.
Rickard Alexander.
Who are you talking about?
Anyway.
Cedric Alexander?
That guy who lost to Baron
Corbin. Okay, so based on the card, there's more.
I see laughter, but I see rage and hatred in your eyes as well.
So overall, there's more. I guess there's more on there. I guess has the potential to be good, but I think about half of it's.
I legitimately might get drunk for this. I don't think I give a shit.
No,
this is bad.
Because I know the Fiend's probably not going to show up.
No, he's doing Hell in the Cell.
He's doing Hell in the Cell, which is good.
Yeah,
I get conserving him, but yeah, Clash of Champions.
Also, didn't you say it was this match that wasn't in our Hulu edit, but at the very end of SmackDown?
Yeah,
there was a Fiend match.
There was a dark match at SmackDown after it finished airing, and everybody was leaving, and then the Fiend just came out and beat the B team up, and including his brother.
Really?
Yeah, he just showed up, got the whole intro, beat them in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
Is there a clip of it?
Someone recorded it live.
God.
But
what an interesting,
Bray just wanted to wrestle.
He just wanted to fight his brother.
Yeah.
I just wish that, maybe Bo Dallas would, be the Fiend's thrall. I'm convinced kind of now that Bray Wyatt doesn't want to do the whole family thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I get, you have to reinvent yourself.
Sure.
But I think, you could do both because he has the funhouse.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had, other members of the Wyatt family show up as, the puppets.
Yeah.
That'd be really good. But give it time. It's still developing. We'll see how the Fiend goes.
Yeah.
So this is weird that his second match was off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Vince. What are you doing?
Vince. That was a note they took from him while he was barely conscious.
Wait, you left in Ember Mood versus
Bailey.
Whoever thank you.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the Fiend?
Yeah.
Wild card.
What? Oh, this is brilliant. This is my best idea yet. Wild card rule.
Maybe they must have been halfway through recording that SmackDown when they were hey, Bray, we need you to do a match since you didn't get to do the Stone Cold one. He's I've packed up most of my stuff. Yeah, just get it out real quick. You'll just fight the B team, improvise, do what you all right, I'm getting paid, all right. And he just comes out, sees that everyone's leaving, and he's okay, this is my lot in life.
It'll be interesting once we have, the NXT versus AEW episodes.
Yeah, and they have to, compete and put effort into things.
They have to compete, whereas, Raw and SmackDown. Well, we'll see. I don't really think SmackDown's going to change too much going to box, to be honest.
I mean, maybe they won't censor bullshit, but
if someone made a funny comment like how bullshit gets censored, but you can say asshole, and when you think about it, shit can't exist without an asshole.
You're so right.
So how does that make sense?
Bullshit doesn't get censored on SmackDown.
No,
it got censored when Randy Orton.
No, but I saw Ember Moon and Bayley fight.
You have a singular wit, so
that was good. So this has been
Ringside Casuals.
We'll see you at Clash of Champions, and
our first pay-per-view review.
Yeah, we'll see how we go about that.
Like, comment, subscribe on iTunes, on YouTube, and all the other things.
Podbean.
Yeah, sure.
Wherever you want to get your podcasts.
Get shot!